In this segment, we'll talk about the Internet audience, who's online, and consumer behavior, what people do when they're online. Key features of the Internet audience include the number of users online, the intensity and scope of Internet use, demographics and access, and impacts on the lifestyle of Internet users. The most recent data shows that more than 75% of people in the U.S. go online regularly. Internet access and usage varies from country to country, but while the rate of growth in the number of people online in the U.S. has begun to slow, it continues to increase in other parts of the world. Many developing countries are only just beginning to build the infrastructure to allow reliable access to the Internet. Both the intensity and scope of Internet usage are on the rise. In developed countries, as many as 3/4 of adult users go online during a typical day and engage in a wide variety of activities, such as sending and reading email, gathering hobby-related information, catching up on news, browsing for fun, buying products, seeking health information, conducting work-related research, and reviewing financial information. Although the Internet population is growing increasingly diverse, some demographic groups have much higher percentages of online usage than other groups, and different patterns of usage exist across various groups. Research suggests that intensive Internet use may cause a decline in traditional social activities. There may also be a negative impact on the social development of children. Kids who use the Internet intensively, rather than engaging in traditional childhood activities such as playing outdoors, may not be developing social skills to the same degree as children from previous generations. In addition, the more time individuals spend using the Internet, the less time they spend using traditional media. That has implications for radio, television, and newspapers in the form of fewer listeners, viewers, and readers, which means lower advertising revenue. And now let's look at some of the basic concepts of consumer behavior and purchasing decisions. Models of consumer behavior attempt to predict or explain what consumers purchase along with where, when, how, much, and why they buy. Influences on buying behavior include various cultural, social, and psychological factors. There are 5 stages in the consumer decision process. Once a consumer becomes aware that he or she has a need for a particular product or service, the consumer will generally then search for more information about his or her options. Once those steps are complete, consumers evaluate their various alternatives, after which comes the actual purchase decision, which includes deciding not only what to buy, but whether or not to make a purchase at all. Once a purchase is made, future decision-making is influenced by post-purchase contact with the merchant, also known as service after the sale. The online consumer decision process is basically the same. The awareness of need, followed by a search for more information, an evaluation of alternatives, the actual purchase decision, and post-purchase contact with the seller with 2 additional factors coming into play. Those additional factors include website capabilities and consumer clickstream behavior. The content, design, and functionality of an e-commerce site all have a significant impact on a consumer's decision whether or not to make a purchase online. Consumer clickstream behavior refers to the transaction log that consumers establish as they move about the web and through specific sites, or how they click their way around the Internet. Analysts believe the characteristics and clickstream activity of web users are the most important predictors of consumer behavior online, as opposed to any particular demographic data, such as income level or social status. Clickstream analysis shows that people go online for many different reasons, at various times during the day, and for a wide variety of purposes. Nearly 3/4 of online users are buyers, who actually end up making a purchase, entirely online. In addition, approximately 1 out of every 6 people who go online use the web to research products, but end up purchasing them offline. This combined group is referred to as shoppers. Online shoppers constitute approximately 88% of the online Internet audience. Types of online sales are divided into roughly 2 groups, small ticket items and big ticket items. In early days of e-commerce, sales of small ticket items such as clothing and personal care products vastly outnumbered those of big ticket items. The recent growth in online sales of big ticket items, such as computer hardware and consumer electronics, has changed the overall sales mix. E-commerce vendors can take various actions to increase the likelihood that shoppers and non-shoppers will purchase more frequently. Given that most consumers who are reluctant to buy online cite security as the reason, it is important for e-merchants to provide the consumer with assurances that their credit card information will be handled more securely and that their personal information will be kept private. An online business can give itself additional advantages over the competition by offering lower shipping costs, along with simpler and easier means of returning or exchanging items purchased through the site.